Hello everyone and welcome to my third YouTube video. My name is Abdurrahman Shamsi. I am an electrical engineering student currently in my master's degree. I am studying my master's degree while working part-time in a German firm. So in this video I'll talk to you how I got my first part-time job in Germany in my field, which is electrical engineering, and I'll give you the way or the strategy how you can do it as well. So if this subject interests you, stick around. My strategy has two main steps and some tips you can use. The first step is to start promoting yourself, and that will likely be through your LinkedIn account. Nowadays, the LinkedIn account is the best way to promote yourself, whether to promote your skills or your personality traits. LinkedIn is the best way because you write a full resume with all of your skills and experiences, and you talk about yourself, and they kind of get the general idea about who you are and what you like and what are your hobbies, etc. Depends on whatever information you choose to share with the people on your LinkedIn, but I would emphasize you using LinkedIn to promote yourself, get a professional photo, write some good description, put some posts in there so you could have much more reach to your account and people can see and know about you. So your LinkedIn account would be the best way to promote yourself. This is the first step. The second step is to get a good CV and a cover letter for each job. So when you start applying, you should have a good CV for every job, but you should write a cover letter specifically for a specific job post, and that will likely give you the edge, because if you write the same cover letter, it's gonna be unprofessional. You could use AI to write you a specific cover letter for a specific job post, but make sure you write a cover letter for each job post so you can answer questions and give some details about yourself and suggest an interview, because you don't want to give too many details because you want them to be excited about knowing more about you in an interview. So get a cover letter, put some details in there about yourself, what you like, what are your expectations, etc., and then in the end suggest an interview so they can talk more to you and know more about you. So these are the main two steps, but there are too many tips I would add. There are endless tips I could give you, but I will make sure to give you the most important ones. The first tip is to know as many companies in your field as possible. If you are trying to apply to companies, you should have a list of at least 20 or 30 company, depending on your field, but you should have a good list of companies that you can apply to, because you want to get big numbers in your application lists, because you're not gonna get your job by applying to 4 companies or 3 companies, but you're most likely going to get a job if you apply to 30 or more. So have a good list with as many names as possible and then start applying. You should apply from least important to most important, especially if you don't have experiences with interviews, because you don't want the most important company that you would love to work with to be your first interview and you having stress and panic because you don't have any experience, and then losing the opportunity because you're not experienced enough. Apply from least important to most important so you could build up the experience in the interviews and know the questions and get rid of the stress and the panic, and then you would make sure that you are ready for the interview with the most important companies that you would love to work with. So apply from least important to most important and do that for a large number of companies. Another very important tip is to use the initiative application. If you read the job post in a specific company and you don't find a certain job that you could fit into, use the initiative application, which means you're gonna send them your documents, tell them in an email what are your expectations and what you would love to work, and they would figure out if they have a job for you or not. Because sometimes the companies need people, but they don't have a job post yet posted. So people think that they don't need a specific job, but they actually do. They just don't have a post for it yet. So apply initiatively if you don't find the specific job you're looking for. The last tip I would give you, and this was my strategy personally, is to apply for internships during your summer vacation, or anytime else. You should use your free time to get some experiences in your CV. And the internship would be the most or the easiest way to do it, because companies accept more interns than they do to working students, because interns are cheap labor, to be honest. You are there full time and they don't pay that much, and some companies don't pay anything at all, but you get the experience being in a company full time, and you put it then in your CV and you can use it to look for a part-time job and a full-time job later on. So have as many internships as possible. This way you will find it easier to find a part-time job and maybe a full-time job later on. So if you are applying and getting rejected, the best way is to start with an internship. Think of it, and then start applying to part-time jobs, and you will most likely find it easier after you have an internship in your CV. I wish this video was informational and beneficial to you. I would say the last advice from me personally is to being okay with getting rejected. You will be rejected many times before you get your first job, and you should be okay with it. Don't be surprised if anyone rejects you, even though the interview was good. Don't be frustrated. Keep applying. You will find your first job and you will have it easier afterwards. That's it from me today. See you in the next one. Thank you.